Hi, I'm Sue Resig, and we're going to have a nice summer corn salad. If you are able to find organic corn, in Gerson we're allowed to have corn once a week, half a cup, not a whole lot, just like quinoa, not too much. And my son was able to get some corn for us, so I'm going to show you how to fix a nice little corn salad. Now this corn has already been cooked on the stove and chilled. You only have to boil it for maybe 3 minutes. It doesn't take long. All you have to do is really set the milk and the kernels. Cooking it any longer just removes a lot of the flavor. So that's how I like to prepare that. And then in order to get the corn off the cob, you're just going to run your knife right down the side. Just like that. See, a nice slab of corn. And I'm putting it in my measuring cup because I want to see how much it makes. I don't even know how much it'll be. It'll probably be at least a cup. I'd be curious. Can't say as I ever measured the corn off the cob. There. And then what I also like to do, I like the insides. Anything, I'm just running my knife this way down, kind of scraping it to remove some of the internal parts that got left behind. Yeah, the juice. The peanut gallery over there. All right. What do you think? You think it's going to be a cup? I think it's going to be a cup. So I guess you know in the future you would have a half an ear of corn. If you were just going to have some corn, you could have a half an ear. So there we go. That was perfect. And I'm going to put it in my handy dandy bowl here. And I'm just going to break up some of those kernels a little bit because you know how they came off all stuck together. I just want to get them into individual kernels. Now you might think, well gee, you can get organic canned corn or you can get organic frozen corn, but we're not allowed to have canned food in Gerson because it's not fresh, it's treated, who knows what. It's not the same as getting it fresh. And you also don't want frozen corn. And people wonder why you're not allowed to freeze things in Gerson, and I'll tell you why. Because we're eating a plant-based diet in Gerson, or for the most part, a plant-based diet. I know the yogurt's allowed. Freezing harms the protein molecules in vegetables. So if you want to get the most protein out of your vegetables as possible, you don't want to eat frozen vegetables. Freezing does not destroy nutrients because people will say, well look, they've done testing and there's just as much, you know, vitamin A or whatever in there. It's still in there. This is true. It does not destroy the nutrition in that regard, but it does destroy the protein because once it damages the protein molecules, it doesn't act like protein when you eat it. Now I'm going to season this with cilantro. So I just grabbed a handful of cilantro and I've been kind of picking off the stems while we were talking. And I'm just gathering it up and I'm going to mince it small into nice little pieces. I don't care for large pieces of cilantro to eat because they can get kind of caught in your mouth or in your throat. They're so sticky in a way or slippery. They like to cling like that. And just like it clings against your skin, it clings inside your throat and clings inside your intestinal tract. So it makes it a little easier to digest if you break it up a little bit. There we go. Gather that all up and toss it in. It'll give it a nice Southwest flavor with that cilantro. There we go. And I have a little bit of shallot left from another salad that I've made. So I'm going to add a little shallot. You could add a little onion. I'm not going to add a lot because I plan on making this one zippy. And I'm going to put some raw grated garlic in here. That'll give it a nice flavor. Change things up a little bit, you know. Now here's I'm not going to use, that's a large clove of garlic. That would be too much raw garlic. At least too much if I want to sleep in bed with my husband tonight. So I used to use a little bit. I'll use maybe half of that. So you can use a small clove. Because the flavor does spread. Okay, that's not much, is it? We'll see how that tastes. That was maybe half a teaspoon of grated garlic, okay? Yes, you could use garlic powder, but I'll tell you, you won't get the same flavor. you won't get the heat from a garlic powder or from a cooked garlic that you get from a raw garlic. Raw garlic has a lot more heat. So that's going to give our salad some nice heat. And I'm going to use a little bit of red pepper. And I'm going to use a little bit of green pepper, just because it makes it pretty. And a little bit of tomato. There we go. I'm just going to dice that up. You know what? This is going to end up being more like a relish, like a corn relish or a corn salsa. So you could actually use this as a topping, say on your baked potato. Wouldn't that be yummy? Because it is going to be more like a relish. And you can see I just cut my pepper into strips, just mincing it along, my nice little mince. I like my pieces to match the size of what's in there, and corn is small. All right, and then our pepper, red pepper. We're not allowed hot peppers in Gerson. That's why we don't have any black pepper, and we don't have any hot peppers, and we don't use the hot spices that typically come from eastern parts of the world, because of the oils that are in them. The oils that are in hot peppers stop the healing process. Now, I know there's other protocols that do allow hot peppers and ginger and things like that, but this is the Gerson protocol. And if you're going to do Gerson, then you need to do Gerson. You can't go mixing and matching with other protocols. So that's it. That's all I'm throwing in there. Is just the garlic, the corn, the peppers, and isn't that pretty? The cilantro. And it's all just to look. I'm not measuring here. You just put a little bit in. And now this is the dressing that I use all the time. This is the juice of a lemon. No, let me get it right. It's the juice of a lime, the juice of an orange, and a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar. And I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of that on there. Maybe 2 tablespoons. And we're going to give that a stir. Now, because this is a cup of corn that you started with, you know that you can have half of this, which is a nice amount. Look how much of that there is. That looks very tasty. Should we give it a taste? I want to. I want to see how it tastes. Mmm. 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 That's very good, and the garlic gave it a nice peppery heat. So I think you're really going to like this. You can put it on top of your potato, or you can use it as a topping on top of your salad, or you could just eat it as a side dish. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have a chance to get your hands on a little organic corn this summer so that you can enjoy this salad. Thank you.